All right, folks, we got a special one here. The Stellar Space Billionaires. What am I talking about, folks? We're going to get right on into it. Now, for those of you guys who didn't catch the Stellar Deep Dive that I did, I still believe that it is the most viewed Stellar Deep Dive that is on the YouTube platform. So I'm going to link that up down below. And then at the end, I'll make it, you can click on that one at the end of this video as well. So if you guys missed that one, I highly recommend you guys go back and watch that. It was XLM Deep Dive, Stellar Secrets Revealed, I think was what the title was. And so today I'm actually going to be covering what we have here is Stellar Space Billionaires. We're going to be talking about Jed McCaleb, his most recent investment company that he's behind, and then a partnership here with SpaceX and Elon the Musk. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. And so I haven't covered Stellar in a while. You know, it's something that we've just kind of tucked away in our bag and we're just waiting and watching. And Stellar and Jed McCaleb, they've kind of been behind the scenes for a large part of what they've been doing. But actually, if you look at, they've been now putting out quarterly reports similar to Ripple. And then you can go, follow along with the Q4 market report and the year-end review that they did at the end of last year. It was pretty impressive, actually, the development that is taking place over there with Stellar just last year. It's kind of like in the same way the XRP is kind of catching up with NFTs, automated market makers, smart contracts. The same things are taking place over at Stellar as well. And so I was listening to the Q1 market report from Stellar, pretty impressive, along with the Q4 market report of 2022 and then the year in review that they put out was pretty impressive. And so I'm going to get into this conversation here tonight about the SpaceX deal with what is it called? Vast, that Jed McCaleb is now behind. But we're going to get on into it, guys. The Stellar Space Billionaires. Tonight here, it is 9 o'clock on the West Coast. This episode is actually going to be running tomorrow morning on May 11th. Today's date is May 10th. And like I said, 9 o'clock here on the West Coast, late night. 27.5 is the Bitcoin price, 1,800 for Ethereum, and XRP's at 42.9. So the market's been back down again here. And then we look at Stellar, trading at 8.8 right now, 8 cents. And I'm going to show you guys the chart here on Stellar. It's pretty sad. Okay, but we have actually built a little support here at about 7 cents is where that support is at on Stellar. And we're kind of just watching this one, another one of the suppressed assets that is ready to run the new financial system. But in regards to the Stellar Space Billionaires, what the heck am I talking about? Well, folks, I'll show you right here. Let's get right on into it. So we got this tweet right here. This guy says, potentially huge for Stellar XLM. To clarify, the founder and current chief technical officer of XLM is Jed McCaleb. And obviously that would be the founder and chief CTO of Stellar, not XLM. But, it's the same dynamic as Ripple versus XRP, but that's just a technical point. But McCaleb is also the CEO of Vast. The CEO of SpaceX is, as you all know, Elon the Musk, and this puts the founder CTO of Stellar and Elon the Musk in close collaboration. And so this is SpaceX down here replying to the tweet that Vast put out announcing a partnership. SpaceX says, we're excited to work with Vast to create greater access to space and more opportunities for exploration on the road to making humanity multiplanetary. Kind of sounds like, the intergalactic is how Greg Kidd described XRP. And now we have Stellar's Jed McCaleb behind this company, Vast, trying to create greater access to space and more opportunities. And that almost sounds like XLM, right? To bring greater access in the financial system is what Stellar is about. Now here with Vast, Vast is developing artificial gravity space stations to expand humanity across the solar system. So pretty fascinating stuff. I didn't realize how much Jed McCaleb was actually getting behind this company. He just made another acquisition, actually. And this guy, Eric Berger, put out this tweet. It's important that some space billionaires, such as Jed McCaleb, are starting to look past launch as a primary focus. Vast is worth watching. So he's talking about looking past launch. And what are they talking about? Well, they're talking about that artificial gravity space stations so that people can actually live up there in low Earth orbit. So this is some pretty crazy futuristic stuff, right? And it's pretty incredible. So this article that this guy shared here, is from Technica, ARS Technica. Meet the space billionaire who is interested in something other than rockets. This whole article here is about Jed McCaleb. Vast acquisition of launcher shows that Jed McCaleb is serious about this space thing. Folks, listen to this article. There's a new space billionaire, and this one is not interested in launching rockets. His name is Jed McCaleb, a U.S. software developer who made his fortune in blockchain development and cryptocurrency. With an acquisition last week of a small space company named Launcher, McCaleb has shown he is serious about building a space station in low Earth orbit. McCaleb's space habitation company, VAST, emerged publicly last fall with a plan to build space stations that featured artificial gravity. This was significant because NASA and most other space agencies around the world have devoted little time to developing systems for artificial gravity in space, which may be important for long-term human habitation due to the deleterious effects of microgravity experienced by astronauts on the International Space Station. VAST boasted 3 technical advisors who were major players in the success of SpaceX. I'm going to butcher these names, Hans, Will, and Yang Li, who are all from SpaceX. So he swooped 3 of the top folks over there at SpaceX to come join his company, but did not offer much information about its plan. So, per usual, stellar Jed McCaleb working in silence behind the scenes, those meetings that we don't hear about, right? Because Jed McCaleb has ties that run deep. Same thing taking place over here with Vast, right? A couple deals announced, a little bit of hype, a little bit of a Twitter account going on, a little acquisition right here. But they say, now it seems clear that McCaleb is genuinely interested in making a run at this. An early pioneer in blockchain technology, McCaleb created Mt. Gox, the first major Bitcoin exchange. He is estimated by Forbes to be worth $2.5 billion and has vowed to invest at least $300 million into Vast Space as it seeks to develop space stations. Now, just consider, right, that net worth of $2.5 billion, that's with Stellar and XRP being suppressed, which, actually, I stand corrected. Jed McCaleb has now sold all of his XRP, right? And I think that he's definitely going to be worth more than $2.5 billion. I know he's sitting on a considerable amount of Stellar as well. He has now completed selling off all of his XRP that we know of. He doesn't have control of the entities that he sold it off to. We've been yet to confirm. Maybe he still is holding on to it just through, arm's reach, in entities that we don't know about. For all we know, he himself emptied out those accounts that we could watch, his little taco stand wallet, put on the show. But behind the scenes, Jed McCaleb keeps on doing deals. Now, they continue on here. In space focus, the first wave of space billionaires, including Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson, and others, were primarily interested in launch. Their first major projects, SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic, were to develop space launch systems to bring down the cost of access to space. McCaleb said in an interview that it is now time for a new generation of space companies to take advantage of the availability of commercial launch options. So he is investing in this future. Last week, Vast announced that it acquired Launcher, a space startup based in Los Angeles that is developing small rocket engine and an orbital tug named Orbiter. This tug launched for the first time in January on a Falcon 9 rideshare mission, so working with Elon Musk, intending to deliver a handful of commercial satellites to a desired orbit. However, it ultimately failed due to an orientation control issue caused by a fault in the orbiter's SN1's GPS antenna system. The company plans to launch its SN2 mission this summer. Excuse me. Launcher founder Max Hoyt approached McCaleb last year about investing in Launcher. At the time, McCaleb had put some funding into Firefly and was considering other space investments. However, he soon decided that his best option might be to just outright purchase Launcher for its technology and workforce. I was really impressed by the team, McCaleb said, and what they were building is very much in line with what we needed for building a space station. Obviously, Orbiter is a very different vehicle, but it has a lot of the same components we will need on the space station. Things like flight computers, avionics, and GNC are all pretty common to what we will ultimately need. The 80 employees of Launcher will now join the 40 staffers at Vast. McCaleb said he was not ready to talk about timelines yet, or about the architecture of Vast's or for Vast's proposed line of space stations. The company is still in the engineering phase. conducting trade studies that will factor into the final design. But he is committed to having some form of artificial gravity, which he views as essential for healthy long-term human habitation in space. Anytime you have people in space for a long time, whether in orbit or around Mars or working on an asteroid mining, they're going to want gravity, he said. Now, they continue on saying that they're competing for NASA funding, but Jed, Big Bag McCaleb's, has the deep pockets. A station with artificial gravity may have some attractiveness to NASA, and McCaleb has deeper pockets than most of the other ventures. By this, I mean he is willing to commit some of his fortune to the concept, whereas the other companies may have less ready money to devote these ventures and will need to go and raise funds from other investors. Even Blue Origin, the Bezos backing is probably somewhat limited. 3 sources have told ARS that while he is supportive of the company's orbital reef station project, Bezos would prefer most of the funding come from NASA and or other potential customers. As for fundraising, the merger with Vast was a welcome development for Hoyt and Launcher. Quote, I'm excited not to have the challenge of fundraising anymore. I was focusing about 80% of my time on that. Now to be a partner with Jed, I don't have to worry about that. I have to worry about the challenge of building things. To me, that's very exciting. So Jed McCaleb obviously bringing a little bit of technical knowledge and bringing some bags along with them. And on to this new venture, and today we get the deal announced with Elon Musk, SpaceX. A little bit of a partnership, right? And this is direct connection, which we've already made the connections and the ties back from Elon Musk, PayPal Mafia, all the way back to, Peter Thiel being one of the early investors in Ripple. Google also invested in Ripple early on. But all these ties back with these little tech bros, these little developers, and they were all working together decades ago. And now what are they rolling out? Folks, I'm just going to cut right to it. This is not a conspiracy. This is not crazy talk. They're putting the satellites in low Earth orbit so that we can beam me up, Scotty, in regards to a quantum financial system. It's not a joke. It's not Star Trek. It's reality. Now, they're in low Earth orbit with the space stations and with the satellites that they're now launching. And you're going to have the whole world blanketed with internet coverage, and then through digital currency too, right? We're going to have the whole system on immutable ledgers, permissionless open source technology that's accessible to everyone, right? And it just goes to show and reiterate that Elon Musk is playing around and trolling with the Doge while he does deals with the Jed. You know how that goes, right? Jed McCaleb behind the scenes for a very long time, from his inception, family ties to groups I don't even feel comfortable talking about. I mean, it's deep. It's very, very deep. And so we've been talking about that. And like I said, I'm going to put the link up here for you guys to go check out the stellar deep dive that I did last year, which is the most viewed deep dive on XLM, I believe, in existence. And we talked about some of the stellar secrets, but I wanted to drop a little bit of most recent secret sauce that Jed McCaleb's working on. He's always in the shadows, which I just find so interesting. And I did go to the website for Vast, and I did confirm this. So if you take a look here, you go to Vast, their website's still very new, but it says Vast is led and funded by our founder and CEO, Jed McCaleb. To deliver on our mission, we have assembled a unique team of experienced and talented human spaceflight advisors and engineers. We have the talent, financial resources, and sense of urgency needed to achieve our mission. Now, they have a team photo coming soon, but you guys can see right here, founder and CEO Jed McCaleb, there he is. And then you got Max Hoyt, who is he was the guy from Launcher. So they just got acquired here, right? He was the founder and CEO at Launcher. Now they've been acquired, and they more than doubled the company size by doing that. I like here in this, it says Jed McCaleb, he is renowned for founding Vast, Stellar, the Astera Institute, Ripple, and the eDonkey Network, along with Mt. Gox. And then they were able to get this chief legal officer here from SpaceX, Hans from SpaceX, Will from SpaceX, Yang Lee, SpaceX, Karen Schoenewerk, Okay, got her as well. So a solid little team, took some of the best from SpaceX, and then Jed McCaleb, his ties run deep. But, folks, for those of you guys that are thinking we're crazy, I see people are capitulating right now, selling off their bags of XRP, selling off XLM, and it actually saddens me because I was worried about this. Into a bear market, into a recession, I was warning people, we got to prepare for this because it's going to get tough, and people are going to be forced to offload their suppressed assets that aren't moving yet, even though all of the deals are getting done behind the scenes. The satellites are getting launched into space, and people still think it's only woo-woo crazy conspiracy talk to talk about a quantum financial system. It's like, no. This is military technology. It's all out in the open. And now it's being talked about more and more. IBM's got their little test quantum computer. Obviously, China likes to brag about how far along they are with the quantum computers. And we still have people that say that this is just crazy talk. And it's like, no, you can look up in the sky and see the satellites running across. Now, can we confirm that there's XLM nodes on the satellites yet? No. But you see, you got a direct partnership right here between SpaceX and Vast. You don't think that Jed McCaleb wants to put some nodes in satellites in space? Are you kidding me? And Elon Musk is going to make sure that we put Doge. Maybe we can put Doge are going on the Flare network. Maybe we can put that up there, or I don't know. We can run some miners for Dogecoin up there as well, I guess. Elon Musk is playing games. Jed McCaleb in the shadows, but nonetheless, they are working together. The deals are being done. We are not crazy. A quantum financial system is getting built out. The infrastructure is there. It's happening at the highest levels of our military right now. It's military intelligence operations, guys. It's not a joke. It's not a game. It's not a conspiracy. And I'm telling you right now, it's confirming where this is going for me, which is bringing on over 1 billion unbanked people, bringing on over 1 billion people that don't even have access to the internet. What do you think that does to the world GDP? What do you think that does to level the playing field for opportunities across the board for humanity? It's pretty incredible stuff, and it does confirm so much that we've been talking about in this community. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I see we are able to wrap this session up here in 17 minutes. And we did just hit 17,000 followers on Twitter. So huge shout out to everyone. And I'm going to drop the link right here. You can click this video. If you guys missed it, go check out the XLM Deep Dive, Stellar Secrets Revealed. And I will see you guys in the next one. Let's smash that thumbs up on the way out. God bless you all. Thank you.